Welcome to Classic TV and Cinema, your home for the best in retro movies and TV. Today, we're taking a deep dive into Miami Vice, the 80s show that ran from 1984 to 1989 and turned cops into rock stars. From neon lights to epic guest stars, let's unravel this iconic series. Hit subscribe and join me on this adventure. Miami Vice hit NBC on September 16, 1984. It was created by Anthony Yerkovich and produced by Michael Mann. It follows detectives James "Sonny" Crockett, played by Don Johnson, and you have Ricardo Tubbs, played by Philip Michael Thomas, as they bust drug cartels and crime rings in Miami's glitzy underworld. Running 5 seasons until 1989, spanning 114 episodes. It wasn't your typical cop show. It was a cultural explosion. Shot on location, it used pastel colors, fast cars like the Ferrari Testarossa, and a killer soundtrack to redefine TV. People called it the first show to look new since color TV, and it even helped revive Miami's South Beach. Let's break down what made it a legend. The plot centers on Crockett, a former football star turned undercover cop with a pet alligator named Elvis, and you have Tubbs, a former New York detective avenging his brother's death. Together, they infiltrate drug cartels and prostitution rings, often blurring the lines between cop and criminal. Supporting cast members like Lieutenant Castillo, played by Edward James Olmos. You have fellow detectives Gina and Trudy, played by Sandra Santiago and Olivia Brown respectively. These supporting characters added depth to the show. The stories aren't always about solving cases. Sometimes it's about the vibe. By season 2, it hit the top 10. For its 3rd season in 1986 to 87, after the cancellation of Knight Rider, the show moved from its traditional time slot of 10 p.m. on Friday nights to 9 p.m., which now put it up against perennial top 10 show Dallas. This began the show's decline. Miami Vice's season ratings slipped from number 9 in season 2 to number 27 by the end of season 3. Miami Vice was the MTV Cops, the first show to fuse music videos with drama. Michael Mann's vision used pastel colors to evoke Miami's heat, a stark contrast to the gritty crime. Those Italian sports cars and no-sock fashion, pure 80s excess. It influenced everything from Grand Theft Auto Vice City to modern fashion revivals. Critics loved its cinematography, which led to them winning Emmys for that. But some felt it glamorized crime. For me, it's a time capsule of Reagan-era excess, blending action with a sleek edge. Going back to Grand Theft Auto, Philip Michael Thomas voiced the character Lance Vance in the video games Grand Theft Auto Vice City and Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, coming out in 2002 and 2006 respectively. Let's talk about the style. Pure 80s excess with Don Johnson's stubble and no-sock look became a trend, while the neon visuals felt like a music video. Michael Mann's direction brought cinematic flair, with quick cuts and moody lighting that made every episode feel epic. And the music? Jan Hammer composed and performed the theme song. It was released as a single in 1985 and peaked at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. It was the last instrumental to top the Hot 100 until 2013, when Harlem Shake reached number 1. Guest tracks from Phil Collins' In the Air Tonight to Glenn Frey's Smuggler's Blues set the vibe. It was the first series broadcast in stereo, blending rock, jazz, and synth into the action. Some say the plots were thin, but the atmosphere with hot nights, fast boats carried it. I'd rate it an 8 out of 10 for its bold vision, even with its flaws. One of Miami Vice's biggest draws was its guest stars, many unknowns who became Hollywood giants. Take Bruce Willis for example. He appeared in season 1's No Exit episode as an arms dealer, years before he starred in Die Hard. But then there's Julia Roberts, Pretty Woman, appearing in the season 4 finale episode Mirror Image. Liam Neeson played an Irish philanthropist turned terrorist in When Irish Eyes Are Crying, hinting at his future action hero days. Other notables include Lawrence Fishburne, Wesley Snipes, and even Ben Stiller, plus musicians like Miles Davis, Phil Collins, and Glenn Frey adding flair. This show was a launchpad with 20 Emmy nominations with 4 wins, and it helped shape cop dramas like NYPD Blue. It mirrored the 80s excess while tackling real issues like drug trafficking, making it a time capsule of style and substance. The pilot episode sets the tone with Jimmy Smits as Crockett's first partner. When Irish Eyes Are Crying features Neeson as a twisted philanthropist, while No Exit has Willis as a menacing arms dealer. In the Season 2 episode Phil the Shill, we see Phil Collins as a guest star playing a con man. The finale episode Freefall ties it all with 22 million viewers. At the time of its airing, Vice's series finale ranked 6th all-time. Miami Vice redefined TV with its bold visuals, killer tunes, and star-studded cast. It's an 8 out of 10 for me. It is a must-watch classic. If you love this deep dive, like and subscribe for more retro content. Let's keep the retro love alive. Thanks for tuning in and have a blessed day.